Good morning, everybody. It is day 4 in our momentum set. I've been really enjoying hearing how everyone is kind of setting into an idea, a focus point, a phrase or a mantra to get them through this spring session. So for me, kind of that idea behind just building momentum, even if you feel or others feel like you're starting at a point of crazy fitness or crazy health, there's always something small that maybe we're trying to adjust, whether it's time for ourselves, whether it's learning something new, shifting a nutrition point. I myself am trying to focus more on eliminating unhealthy oils from my diet. So most of the time, I don't get hung up on that. Like I make a lot of stuff from home, but if you kind of watch any breads or I don't know, tortillas, crackers, things like that, they can have, or even like dressings and sauces, they can have those vegetable oils in them that I'm kind of trying to stay away from, just for in terms of longevity and health. So that's kind of what I'm working on, taking it day by day and just building the momentum of finding new ways to enjoy foods, different foods that don't have those oils. So there's a little bit of a sneak peek into what I'm doing. Um, Today we are working on upper body, arms with a little bit of cardio burst thrown in there. So every exercise we are going to be doing 10 lateral taps. So that's where you stand still in one spot and then you just extend your one leg out and you reach side to side. So we'll go 20 total, 10 each side. We're going to have 15 weighted upper body exercises from there. So we'll go 15 skull crushers. You'll be on the ground, elbows right over the shoulders. Your weight's going to come right to your hairline. So depending on how long your forearms are, you may go a little bit behind the head, but for most of us, it's taking that weight right to the hairline so that your elbow stays right in line with the shoulder. All right, then we're going to be in backflies. So I'll stay a little bit heavier for those. I'm going to use my 20-pound weights. Hinging forward. If you need to sit on a chair to hit your hinge forward position for your back, that's fine. You can hit a box, a chair, anything that'll help support for that low back. Then I'm going to go pretty light with my 5s and hit up a bow pull. So you're going to row both arms straight up and then pull one arm back and then they'll fly down, raise, and pull. So we're going to end up doing 15 each arm, 30 total. Then we're going to do back taps. I'll go back to my heavier weight. Arms are going to be straight. They'll get into your triceps again. So the more you hinge forward, the more that you'll feel in that upper back. Again, if you need to, sit on a box or a chair, and you'll probably need to just go a little bit lighter so that you can get your arms all the way up and around, because when you're seated, you'll be hinged forward a little more. And then we're going to finish off the round with weighted sit-up or jackknife. So you'll sit down, take that weight kind of tight at the chest. You're going to sit up and then raise it all the way overhead at the top. So if a full sit-up doesn't work for you, you can stay in a dead bug and go weighted here. So you'll extend your arms behind you as a leg extends. Another option would be a kayak twist, if that's a better kind of position for you. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing, and then let's go ahead and get everything warmed up. So let's start in a nice drawn back child's pose. Sit low on those heels, stretch your arms way out in front of you. Once you get your arms out, try to activate them. So pick your elbows up off the ground, push into those hands, make your fingertips nice and wide, and slide those shoulder blades down. Take a couple deep breaths here. Maybe just let your forehead rest on your mat. And then go ahead and push up into hands and knees and take a cat-cow. So shoulders are right underneath or right over your wrists. Push the chest forward and then exhale and round. Slide the chest forward. Exhale, round, creating space for those discs. 2 more. Wake up that core. At the same time, you're kind of feeling that stretch forward, spreading through the belly, sliding those shoulder blades down. And when you round, you get the contraction of the core and you straighten or stretch through the spine. Okay, right hand is going to go behind the head. I want your elbow to lift nice and high. Exhale, let your elbow tap down to your left wrist. Inhale, lift your elbow high. Exhale, tap down. 2 more on this side. Check in here as we continue to go through these little mobility points. I want you to kind of notice whether or not you feel like you have better range of motion. If hopefully you have less clicking or catching in shoulders or back. You can have a little bit better control in your twists. So we want to keep that mid back nice and mobile and fluid to help protect the low back and the shoulders. All right, spread into those fingertips, push into the heels. We're going to drive up and back for a downward facing dog. Find kind of that position. If you need to pedal your feet first, that's fine. But where you can drive those heels as close to the ground as possible. So depending on the flexibility in your hamstrings and calves, your heels might not get all the way to the ground, and that's okay. But keep trying to drive them there. That's another point to kind of be watching for as we continue in our flexibility and mobility. You want to be able to try to get those heels as close to the ground as possible. All right, widen through the feet, belly nice and strong. Walk those hands up to the feet, hang over those legs a second, and then we're going to get started. So we're going to try to hit up our 3 rounds of all those exercises that I already took you through. So we're going to start off with our lateral taps. We can kind of take it mellow our first round. There's 1, 2, just making sure the body's still warming up, ready to go. 8, 9, and 10. So those lat taps should get our heart rate going a little bit, get a little bit of work into those legs, and we should always feel that core holding strong too. Okay, on your back, we're going to go into a skull crusher. If you'd like, you can hold a glute bridge with this. It's totally your preference. Pinch those elbows in toward one another, and then remember you want your weight to come down towards your hairline so that your elbows stay right on top of the shoulders. A lot of times people want to take the weight behind the head, and I understand because then you don't worry about dropping it on your forehead, but that usually gets your elbows out of position. So just choose a weight that you're comfortable holding, you're not worried about dropping, and then get it done. 5 more. Watch that control of your drop, right? Make sure that you're in control as it drops toward the forehead to keep flexed through those triceps. Last one. And then we're back up for our lat taps. Ready, set, and go. You don't have to tap the ground, but kind of reaching across helps engage through the back and the core. So obliques. 9, 10. Okay, we're going to go into our backflies. If you need to sit on a box, remember you can. Otherwise, just hinge the hips back. Make sure the butt's sticking out so your back is flat. Then elbows come up and pinch together on the back. Hold your core really strong. Try to feel that pinch between your shoulder blades. Keep your body really still. You're just moving those arms. 12, 13, pull with the elbows, and 15. All right, back to our lat taps. Tap down. Hold that belly nice and strong. 8, 9, 10. All right, we get our light weights for our bow pull, like a bow and arrow. Slide those shoulders back and down, chest nice and tall. Row your arms up to shoulder height. Pull one elbow back, drop down, pull the other. Tuck that tailbone under so that you have your stack. Heels, hips, shoulders, all stack up. And as your weights drop down, make sure that your upper body isn't dropping as well. 10 more each arm. Sometimes with stuff like this for your shoulder, in your shoulders, those smaller muscles and the rotator cuffs, you might need to drop your weight even more or go body weight for range of motion, and that's fine. Keep your chest tall, pinch between the shoulder blades. 5 left, each side. 4, focusing on that upper body as I fatigue. 3, belly stays firm. Last one each side. All right, well done. Back to our lateral taps. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Tighten that belly button back towards your spine. And 10. Okay, back to your heavier weights. Hinging forward again. Let your weights kind of hang low in your hands. Then hinge forward. Find that tap back. Arms are straight now. Try to stop the weight at your thighs as opposed to swinging them around, right? If you get the swing going here, then you get momentum involved, and it's too helpful. 2 more. We want to force the back and triceps to get that work done. All right, get those lateral taps. And 10. Okay, on your back, we're going to do our sit-up, our jackknife. These puppies should add up. Now, with a weighted sit-up, sometimes the weight ends up helping you, right? If you pull it forward. So make sure you keep it tucked, tied into your chest, and you sit up with it. Pressing overhead does not have to happen. You could just hold it at your chest here. But as always, we want to get that low back pushed into the ground. Feel like you're curling your body up and down. Scoop through that belly. 14, 15. All right, nice quick set. Back to our little taps. Try to get that pace a little faster than where we started. And 10. Okay, back to the ground in our skull crushers. So 1 set down, 2 to go. We got great timing going here. Ugh. All right, drive those hips up. Elbows squeeze in tight. Your core stays strong. Your back stays strong. Then focus on those triceps. Envision that you're pinching a beach ball between your elbows. 11, 12. Last one. All right, coming up. Our lateral taps. Here we go. Grab that core, long spine. 8, 9, 10. Whew. Okay, backflies. Belly strong, butt back, back flat. Make sure that you're pulling with the elbows, right? So don't worry about those forearms coming up at all. Build that back. I love building muscles in the back. Keep it up. We need it for posture. Five to go. Trying to keep that upper body still as we fatigue. Hold that core. 15. All right. Lateral taps. Here we go. Nine, 10. Whew. Okay. Oh, the bow pull. All right. Here we go. Slide those shoulders back and down. Nice tall stance. 1. Think about that foundation through the legs, pelvis tucked. If you need to stop and roll it out, it's fine. Better than getting into the neck. Engage through the back to support, keeping those shoulder heads rolled back. Past halfway. Keep that belly firm. If you need to stop and roll it out, stop and roll it out. 13. 14. No neck. 15. And 15. Also trying to work to stay in control on the way back down. All right, let's stretch those little shoulders out. Okay, we have our back taps. After our lat taps, almost forgot. Can't forget them. Ready? Go. 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Quick feet, quick feet. Alrighty. We have our back taps now. Chest tall. Open through that chest, squeeze through the shoulder blades. Little mini hinge. Here we go. Try to get those weights to kind of tap in the back so you have that target you're hitting to get the muscles to make them work a little harder. 5 to go. 2, 1. All right, get those lat taps. 2, 3. 10. All right, we're in our jackknife. Scoop through that belly, round it in, pull the belly button back, scoop it in, bring it up. 2, 3. My arms are tired. 4, I don't know if I'm going to hit that press anymore. 5, keeping it in that core. 6. Keep that chin tucked in. Focus on flexing through that abdomen. Get it where you want it. 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty. Get those taps. Stick that butt out. Get into the legs. Good. Okay. Third set, final set. Starting off with those skull crushers. Push your hips up into your glute bridge. Make sure everything gets out of the shoulders and the neck. And then bend those elbows, bringing the weight right to that hairline. You're in control. 3, 4. Depending on your weight selection, you may be going a little faster. If you can, instead of stopping at 15, if your weight feels a little light and you can keep going to 20, then do it. Find that challenge. Build into it, even if it's just a couple extra reps. If you have the time for it, if you can hit it up, go for it. I'm at 3 left. 15. We got one more just for kicks. There we go. All right, lateral taps. Ready, set, go. And 10. Okay, backflies. Grab through that core. Make sure your back is flat, hinge forward, belly firm. Here we go. You can start light with these backflies, and sometimes that's better, but then try to slowly build up. Your back has the ability to really build some nice muscle and strength, bigger muscle groups on the body. 2 to go. So challenge it. Build those back muscles as long as you can keep that flat back and keep it out of the low back. Then you can push it. 8, 9, 10. Whew. Okay. Bow pull. Here we go. Shoulders back and down. Chest is tall. Row and pull. Trying not to rush it. In my brain, I'm thinking, I just want to get them done. They start to hurt, get tough. Sit into the motion. Sit into the work. Building those shoulders. Ten. 5 more. Four more. Finding that pinch. So my brain keeps going to that middle back, upper middle back between the shoulder blades. If I can keep some pinch and help there, helps me get through it, keeping it out of my neck. That's your support, your foundation. It's core for the shoulders. Last one. Woo! Made it. Okay, you get those taps. Ready, set, go. Back is still long. 10. Whew. Back taps. Shoulders back and down. Hinge forward just a bit. And go. Five to go. Trying to broaden through that chest to open the shoulders. Grab to that belly. 2 and 1. Whew. Here we go. Ready, set. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10. Okay. Last one. Jackknife. Rounding through that core. Or if you're in your weighted bug, that's fine. Scoop it in. Tuck it tight. Remember, especially in abdominal stuff, don't just get through the number. Don't just get from point A to point B. Recognize the grab, contraction, whole of that core and abdominals to do what needs to be done. Tuck that chin in. Resist that drop back. Trying not to ever relax that core at the bottom or at the top. 4 to go. 2, 1. When you really focus on that core tuck too, at least for me, I can really keep it out of my hip flexors. I don't know if you've noticed or not. Sometimes hip flexors grab a lot in crunches, leg lowers. 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right. Start at the back of our mat. Open those legs up, stretch through, and then walk your arms forward nice and slow until you're in that downward facing dog again. See if you can push those heels any closer into the ground. So I've narrowed mine up a little bit. They're about hip width. Drive your shoulder blades down. So pull your elbows in toward one another. Slide the shoulder blades down into their pockets. Hollow out the armpits. Grab deep through that core. All right. Drop onto your knees. You can bring your hands back a little. Keeping your hips level. Inhale and rotate your right arm up. Open, open, open. And then tuck your arm under. So we're going thread the needle. So you got to kind of twist your left hand out, slide your right hand under, and then push into the outer edge of your right shoulder. Push into the left hand. We're going to go the other side. So we're just going to continue through this thoracic twist so that we can unlock low back, mid back, upper back, stay stronger, healthier. Tuck that arm under. Good job. Nice quick work today. Bring your right leg forward. We're going to go straight into our pigeon. So you're going to bring the leg forward and then cross your right foot over to the left side of your mat. Then walk your left knee back so that your pelvis can drop toward the ground. You may not get your pelvis all the way onto the ground, and that's okay, but you'll start. You're getting there little by little, day by day. Walk your hands to the right just a minute, a second. Twisting again through that mid back. All right, walk your hands back around. Push in, and then we're going to go to that other side. So now bring your left foot to the right side of your mat. Your left knee is forward. Walk your right leg back, and then pelvis is square to the ground. One of the best stretches. Okay, and then walk your hands over to the left. Something else I would challenge you all to find right now. Several of you I know already do this, but for those of you who don't, I know it's difficult if you have a desk job. All right, we're going to go into our low squat. So wherever you're at today, if you're up high, get your knees wide, heels on the ground, elbows inside your knees. If you have a desk job, it gets a little bit harder to stay active throughout the day, but start small and build that momentum. Get up out of your chair, do a couple squats, just open the hips, knee marches, just hinge over the legs, a forward fold. Good, sit inside those knees. Whatever you can do to start building more movement and activity throughout your day. See if you can schedule time on your lunch break for a quick walk. Just walk one flight of stairs, whatever it is. A little stretch session, go outside, get some fresh air. Build activity and sunlight into your day. All right, come on up. Great job, everybody. You are off to a good start, building momentum, and I will see you tomorrow.